This, ladies and gentlemen, is me in TS-54, the new WOT Plus tank which I was testing out, but guys, today's episode is not going to be about the TS-54 because it is going to be about his tank instead, TS-60, and yeah guys, this is not a heavy tank as many of you or some of you have seen already, because this is not my second time making this part of the video at least, because yeah guys, at first I said this is a heavy tank and I kept saying this is a heavy tank, and I actually have some more stuff to add in today's video featuring TS-60. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually a super tested tank which ended up in one of my battles on live server, so we can basically say that TS-60 was spotted on the live server played by the super test player, so I'm able to share some first gameplay action featuring this tank as well, actually, as you can see. Now, because this battle was played by me in TS-54, all the sound effects are going to be about that, about my TS-54 dealing damage or receiving damage, whatnot, but you know, we are stalking that TS-60 instead, because this tank is actually very interesting. It is going to be quite a DPM monster, guys. Now, as I said, this is a tank destroyer actually, but it plays almost like everything about this tank is like a heavy tank, like a DPM monster heavy tank, honestly speaking, because guys, you know, take a look at that. Let's talk about the firepower, for example. 400 alpha damage, right? 515 with high explosive. Penetration numbers, 258 with standard AP, 320 with premium heat, and 60 with high explosive. So far everything seems to be pretty nice. Good penetration, good alpha damage, right? Reload time, stock reload time at first was 8 seconds, guys, right? With 100% crew, it was 7.67 seconds. Which was already buffed down to 7.19 seconds, giving it quite a nuts DPM. With 100% crew, without anything else, 3100 DPM, and right now it is the second best DPM tank after Tortoise compared to other tier 9 tank destroyers in this current form, at least. You know, keep in mind this is under super test on live server right now, but you know, stuff can still change and stuff can be tuned, but so far I can say very impressive DPM indeed. Now the question is it easy to use this DPM or to put it actually in use on the battlefield? Not so much, because aiming time is very good, 1.7 second aiming time, but guys, dispersion at 100 meters, 0.42 on a tank destroyer, not impressive at all, and dispersion values as well are 0.20, so nothing to brag about that either. So the gun handling is definitely going to be a big question mark over here, but close up when brawling, and you're going to see the 3D armor profile as well in a second, it seems to be pretty strong, right? Now, it has minus 7 degrees of gun depression, 20 degrees of gun elevation, and it doesn't have fully rotatable turret, 136 degrees to the left and to the right, but you know, pretty close to fully rotatable. And it can carry 40 shells in total, which for this type of reload time, I can see battles where this tank is going to run out of ammunition actually, so maybe this is going to be your Faden's rigging tank, for example. Anyway, firepower, impressive. Accuracy, not so much, I would say. Moving on to the mobility, 35 top speed, 12 moving backwards. Average at the very best, 850 horsepower engine, giving it 15.5 power to weight ratio, with quite a bad hull rotation and turret rotation speeds, 28 and 18. Now that turret turns very, very slowly. 18 is actually very slowly turning turret, I would say so. But it is tank destroyer, so this is kind of understandable, because all the tank destroyers have very slowly rotating turrets, right? Now, talking about survivability, guys, 1600 hit points with 120 millimeters of armor in the front, 80 on the sides and 40 in the rear. Turret 380 and 60, and it has 380 meters view range. But now, as always, one thing is to look at stats on the paper, and another thing is to actually see it on the vehicle as well. So let's have a look at the 3D armor profile. And here is the tank over over at tanks.gg. TS-60 versus, let's have a look, versus 258 millimeters of penetration, for example. And you can see that this upper plate is actually very, very nicely angled. You need 260 plus millimeters of penetration to go through that on a flat ground. Lower plate, however, for a tier 9, facing tier 7s, 8s, well, tier 7s may struggle a bit versus the lower plate, but usually everything is able to go through that. Now, because it is a back-turreted tank, very important question is, can it side scrape, ladies and gentlemen? And we can see that it kind of can actually. So you can, let's say, put your tank under angle like this at least, which is going to be quite a confident ricochet right over here. But of course, it has a weak spot as well, and this is the turret ring, but it is not the biggest one, so you can actually, or enemies can actually miss quite easily trying to hit your tank over there. Now, you of course are facing your turret at the same time when you're side scraping, let's say facing at them under angle like this. So what do we have? Let's put the turret over there. We have this weak spot right up there. The upper plate not so much. The upper plate usually, is behind the cover together with the lower plate when you're side scraping. But you can see that the areas next to the gun, exactly like next to the gun, are a little bit green. So the face can be penetrated, but definitely not reliably. Commander hatch is very cheese though. You can see 100. Everything what is able to see this tank is able to penetrate the commander hatch at least. And as I said, it doesn't have fully rotatable turret, but pretty close to it, like almost fully rotatable turret. Yeah, you cannot shoot behind you, so if someone is behind you actually, or if you want to destroy this vehicle easily, just get straight behind it and try to be over there with your medium tank or whatnot, and it cannot do anything to you. That's of course a little bit of a weakness. And now gun depression is 7 degrees all the way around, as we can see over here. Now, I said that this tank has quite a nutty DPM, and here you can see the TS-60, second place with the DPM after Tortoise, right? And let's say you are going to use, like, let's put bounty equipment units on it, for example. So with bounty rammer, you already have 3,800 DPM. Then many people are going to play this with food, of course, as well. Almost 4,000. And let's say you are going to use ventilation. Let's put bounty ventilation on it. And we have a tank with over 4,000 DPM and with actual side scraping capabilities as well. So definitely this seems to be like a little competitor versus Tortoise over here. Even though Tortoise, I would say, in straight out brawling is still going to be better, but yeah, under 6-second reload. You kidding me, man? Under 6-second reload. This is actually quite a nuts reload, with stock reload being nothing, and I didn't even add Brothers in Arms, or I didn't make the field mods. Yeah, you can lower your reload time even more actually. You can lower your reload time even more actually right over there. So yeah, so right now with 7.19 second base DPM, which it was buffed to basically 3,300. Not bad out from the gate, guys. And by the way, over here, it seems to have 1,700 hit points as well. So this is another thing what may be tuned or may not be tuned. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about TS-60 in this current state right now. Where it ends up being, I have absolutely no idea. Is this going to be a premium tank? Is this going to be some kind of a reward vehicle? Absolutely no idea to tell. I don't think it is going to be like Battle Bass tank, because we just received new Battle Bass vehicles. Sometimes, even though sometimes they are testing some tanks very early. But yeah, what do you think about this? Let me know. Because let's talk about top of the tree as well. Many of you have been asking what is the top of the tree going to be this month, and they released today, actually they released information about that. Manticore and WZ113GFT. Oh boy, Manticore is going to be top of the tree. It is going to definitely make marking the other tier 10 light tanks a little bit harder, because Manticore is like tier 10 ELC. It has just a sick view range and camo combination with CVS. If this guy is sitting somewhere in the bush, well, you can be sure you get outspotted by that, right? And also WZ113GFT, the Chinese tier 10 tank destroyer. definitely not my cup of tea. Like, this, the VZ is a weird one. It is actually one of the least grinded out tank lines as well, because it doesn't offer basically anything new what we already had when it first came out, right? I would say 268, it has the same alpha, same playstyle and all that, but 268 is just straight out better. You know, it actually bounces more shots as well because of the pointy armor layout, and it is just faster and all that. In my humble opinion, at least, it is just way better. But yeah, top of the tree is coming as well. And also, in another news, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Walk the Path of Ninja live right now. And there should be another code, so I'm going to put the code on the screen. If I have that, I'm going to put another code on the screen for you, which gives you the extra scroll. And you are able to use those scrolls in the in-game special shop. You click on the TPO, you click on the Homefront Supplies icon, the most bottom icon over there, and you are able to get some free stuff. So if you log in, if you use the daily codes, you are able to get some free scrolls and spend those on the free items, right? And from today, guys, you can tune into twitch.tv/DezGames, because from today, tomorrow, and on Sunday as well, there are going to be special drops which give you more scrolls, what you can spend in that special store. So basically free stuff is free, nothing really more to say about that, right? Anyway, beautiful people, I am done over here for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think about TS-60, let me know what you think about life, and I catch you next time with something else. Stay awesome, stay beautiful, take care, and bye.